Well, good afternoon on May the 15th. I'm Pat McClatchy for our Ag Market Network afternoon update market here at 1 o'clock. Still got a little time to go. It's trading mostly up in agricultural markets. As a matter of fact, as I look at the screen, pretty much everything is up across the board. Like yesterday, not as much. So I think what we're seeing is markets that had gotten too oversold, too deep in the hole, making an adjustment now. I think this is really a bounce. I don't think it's a trend-changing market. I think that we'll have to have something happen with a trade agreement with China, or at least making people think there's one close before we can really start to move in a significant way. But we've had a good bounce for sure, especially in soybeans and corn and wheat. I'm afraid this is going to give out and we're going to start sliding back down some and maybe consolidate and wait for the next piece of news. This is just about we got too overdone. Speculators got too heavily short, so they covered and we started to move back to the upside some. I just don't think this is the beginning of a great move up right now. I think it's probably too early for that. But let's take a look at the markets. July cotton is actually one market down 11 at 66.65. At one point last night, it got to 67.27, couldn't hold, and the low is 65.79. December cotton is up 23 at 67.22, a high of 67.55, a low of 66.53. Looking at July soybeans up 4 3/4 at 436 1/4, but it did get 12 cents higher than this at one point. It got to 848 1/4 as a high. The low is 827. November soybeans up 4 at 860 3/4. July corn is up 3 3/4 at 372 1/2. The high is 380, so it was about 7.5 cents higher at one point earlier. The low is 368. I just think we've let off steam. This oversold market has floated back up. Maybe we've gotten this thing a little bit more balanced. December corn up 3 at 390 3/4. July wheat up 4 3/4 at 453 1/4. A high of 464, low of 448 1/4. Crude oil is up 32 cents a barrel. The dollar's up 8. Gold is up $1. Silver is unchanged. And right now the Dow Jones is up 145. It started off the day lower and it's come back up. So a sort of a quiet day after yesterday that was very active. Let's just see what happens. We'll see what exports do tomorrow morning. Join us then. Have a good evening.